Hey there, it's a nice 30 degrees brisk winter day today, and the chicken coop needs a little flipped, a little freshened up. We use an open air chicken coop here in the garden. Sit, off, sit. Good girl, good girl. I'm gonna show you what we do to get that process going and how our open air coop holds up in the wintertime and how the chickens respond to it. I got my gloves. And of course, anytime you mess with a whole bunch of chicken poop, you want a respirator. So without further ado, try to warm up. We're gonna head inside because that wind is picking up. So right away, since I'm gonna be inside, I am gonna keep this door open. Put that right there. You can see the chickens have left a whole bunch of poop and a friendly egg for me, so we can go ahead and grab that. This is a leghorn egg. So as you can see, I've kind of neglected the chicken coop. I got some roosting in my nesting boxes. I got trash. It needs cleaned up. So today, that's what I'm gonna do. So what I'm gonna do to clean this process up is get all this trash out of here. I'm gonna take the poop that's out here in the back underneath the roosting bar, gonna fluff that up, and I'm gonna bring that to the front. That helps air out the poop. It'll really help with the ammonia smell, and it'll also help with getting it ready for composting and laying it in the garden in the springtime when I empty this out. Now typically we don't take it directly from here to the garden. I'll put it in the rows, and then after a little bit, we'll take it out of the rows and into the soil itself. That way it's not too hot and it's not too full of nitrogen by the time that happens. So without further ado, I'm gonna mask up and I'm gonna get to work. This coop is going on year 4, I believe. I think that's right, yes, year 4. And as you notice, I'm gonna kind of angle this where you kind of see out, but the front window is always open. This is our open air chicken coop. I read a book from the 1920s that had that design, and I wanted to try it. So I didn't want to bring any power to my chicken coop. I didn't want any heat in the wintertime either, because the theory was that heat, I guess no theory, this heat creates moisture, and typically moisture in the wintertime causes frostbite and problems with your chickens. So my method was try this out. And on year 4, I can honestly say I've not had any frostbite issues. I have not lost a chicken in any of the weathers. I've not lost a chicken in any of the cold temperatures that Missouri loves to give us, including the wind. Right now it's extremely windy outside, and to be honest, I don't feel anything in here. So I'm pretty excited about that. The coop is deep enough to where the girls can lay back here in the back on the roost bars, and they don't get hit with the wind, the rain, or the snow, and they're able to continue having a decent roost. This one here, I had to do a little makeshift, but it's just a piece of plexiglass to stop the draft going through it. And you can see it's not exactly fully covered, but it does a pretty good job to where it covers that up. That way you don't get any uptick or updraft in the wintertime, and the chickens stay happy and healthy. And they're not really laying real well right now, but unless you're providing a lamp that extends their daytime hours, I don't know too many chickens that are laying right now. We do have 13 of them that are not laying very well, so I may have to get some new ones this spring. So if you follow along, you'll see how we raise the chickens and introduce baby chicks to the big chickens, because that, if you're not a chicken raiser, is not an enjoyable process. And if you are a chicken raiser, you know exactly what I mean. The pecking order is real, and the big chickens And the big chickens don't always cooperate with the littles. So I'm gonna keep on going here. If you want a full tour, an explanation on why we did an open coop, I'll link that video at the end here. At the end of this video, I'll make sure I put a link up and you'll be able to see the full video on how we're doing after a handful of years and what I would change, if anything, about this chicken coop design. If you have a smaller coop, you're aware of the worst process of it, right? It's cleaning out the poop. Removing the poop tray or cleaning out underneath the roost. It's a poopy job, but somebody's got to do it. And doing it like this, devoting 10 to 30 minutes every few months to do this, versus 10 to 30 minutes every other day, depending on the size of your coop, I'll pick this option. Unfortunately, I didn't take any videos of me building this. I took a ton of pictures, but I didn't take any videos. So maybe if I get the time or I get around to it, I'll try to make a video out of those pictures and detail the process. If that's something that interests you, comment, let me know, and I'll bring the pictures out of the archives. If you do have a coop like this or any type of chicken coop where the amount of poop really piles up like this, the ammonia smell will be quite a bit. And once you're done, make sure you clean up and change your clothes, especially if you got young kids around, because you don't want this stuff in your house, on your shoes, on your clothes, especially around young kids. Once I'm done here, I'm gonna clean up and go see my new niece. My brother and my sister-in-law just had their second kid, a baby girl. So we're gonna head over there, go say hi, but definitely not before I clean up and change my clothes, because there's not a chance I would hold that baby girl with the dust of like this stuff, with the dust of this stuff on me. All right, that really cleaned some things up. I know it just looks like I literally moved stuff around, but that's exactly what I did. And here in a couple months, before it hits the heat of the summer, right around, I don't know, probably April, I'll do this again, but I'll do a full clean out. I do it every 6 months, usually around October time frame. In fact, we did a video of the last clean out. I have to see when I did that, but I think it's around October. And we'll do it again here in April. But when I do that, it'll be a full coop empty out. Take all this bedding out completely, put it in the garden in the rows. And then after a while, it becomes compost, and I just put it directly in the soil for my wife's garden. And their food back. If you've been experiencing some dirty eggs, you definitely want to make sure you got fresh bedding in there. This isn't the freshest bedding, because as you just saw, I just stirred it up. That's all I got right now. And that'll be good. I have some alfalfa here, and what I'm going to do with that is I'm just going to kind of sprinkle that around their coop for 2 reasons. 1, it smells pretty good, and 2, the chickens will come in and they'll kind of scratch at that, and they're going to help stir all this stuff up that I just did, and that'll help clean this area up just as well. And I know I still have a mask on, but it already smells much better in here than when we started today. A little before and after, you can tell she's already interested. Actually, she probably wants back in here so she can lay an egg. You can tell it is a lot more stirred up. I don't have piles of poop back here behind the roost, which obviously here within a couple hours tonight when it gets dark, they'll fix that because they poop a ton at night. I need to fix the nesting box situation because they've been sleeping in my nesting boxes, which is always a hard habit to break, but that's a problem for another day. That's all we have for that. I'm gonna go heat the house up with our outside wood stove and then head inside because it is cold out here.